Lucky Boys Podcast.
Did you really make millions?
Yeah, so how I'm gonna break down the math to you.
I wish we had a chalkboard right here. You know,
I'm secretly taking notes. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't care. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I mean, I started off like selling 8 balls and ounces and all that stuff, but basically,
now, can you explain what are 8 balls?
8 balls is 3.5 grams cocaine, and typically back then in the street you was getting it for about $125 a 8 ball. And so you break that down and you make about $350 if you bag them up at 0.3s, and 0.3 of a gram you're selling it at $20, and you're making a gram for like $67, and that's how much money you're making on the revenue side.
Wow.
But so basically what we were doing off a whole key, at the point that we were making a lot of money off a whole key, we were like generating $90,000 to $100,000 in revenue, and we were selling a whole key in about a week. And so how we did that, we stopped selling to the crackheads that were on the block. Everybody that moved in the neighborhood in the early 2000s were just hips. I'm talking about 04, 03, 04, 05, we was just selling just nothing but just white people in the neighborhood that just moved in. And we would just go into like the bars, like you probably remember Happy Endings.
Yes, I do. It was right around the corner from the bodega.
Yeah, on Broome and Eldridge, right there between Eldridge and Forsyth. So
Happy Endings is like a bar /
But back in the day, it used to be a real Happy Endings.
Yes. I actually walked in there.
Oh, they had the sign, right? They kept it.
Yeah, they kept the old sign.
Yeah, but you walked in there, and there'll be a lineup of girls.
Yeah.
And you get to pick.
But there was a few spots.
You weren't with me, but
I'm a good
we were
boy.
just bar hopping, and then ended up at Happy Endings.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why is there a bunch of girls behind that? I was like, oh, it's for real Happy Ending? And my friends are like laughing. And I was like, yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, but there used to be a few of them. There used to be Happy Endings, JJ, and then on Eldridge, there used to be 2 basements. And then there used to be there was like a Mexican spot on Delancey and Eldridge. And so there was like a gate down in the basement. And you'll have like Colombians and all those girls down there. I mean, it was just crazy.
It's a speakeasy now, right?
Yeah, that's across the street. That's the speakeasy, Attaboy. It used to be Milk and Honey, which I was like, that was another coke spot that I was hustling in. But yeah, I mean, everything started there, and those people were moving to like Williamsburg, Brooklyn. They were like, living in different neighborhoods, but they were coming to party down there. Right. So Joey and I made business cards, and we started giving it out to all these people. And from there, it was just like, yo, we deliver everywhere. We first started like riding bicycles to like everybody. And then all my friends, that were standing on the corner, like just smoking weed, wasting their life away. And be like, yo, like we were just like getting on their back. Like, yo, what the fuck is you doing with your life? Like we got so much demand that we just couldn't handle it. And so we started getting our friends to like make all the deliveries. And then we started getting cars, and from there, it just started blowing up. It was just crazy.
I actually got your business cards a couple of times.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear. So I would come out at the bars, and the next thing somebody would be like, hey, go. I was like, oh, what? Like, you're here. And then I was like, what is this? And then they showed me a business card. I was like, are they serious?
Yeah, I mean, we just did not stop marketing. It was just like, we were screaming cocaine sometimes down the street. Like,
weren't you guys? You guys were going like lawlessly. Like you guys were not afraid of any repercussions.
Yeah, we didn't give a fuck. We were just like, we were super obnoxious. I remember buying a Cadillac Fleetwood 22-inch gold spinner rims, like pearl white seats. And I'm talking about like with the craziest sounds. This car came out in the Dub magazine. Like we were just so obnoxious, like just playing loud ass, rap music.
You were literally like basically doing everything but having a physical sign say, I'm a cocaine dealer right here.
Exactly.
How did they never catch you? You were able to just go about this for years successfully.
Yeah.
Without being tagged.
And the way we got caught was not through the marketing stupidity that we were doing. We got caught because somebody told on us. which is crazy.
Let's touch on that later.
Yeah.
I do want to dig deeper on the whole mathematics behind this.
Yeah.
So you made millions.
Yep.
And you guys were spending, and you didn't even care.
Yeah, we didn't give a fuck. We were smoking a lot of weed between Joy and I. We were smoking about a half a pound every 2 weeks. We were like smoking 50 blunts a day. I was smoking 2 packs of cigarettes. I was just, and we were staying up for 3 days at a time and just sleeping in the car. Like,
were you guys taking caffeine pills to stay up?
Yeah. Like in Vice, I was taking no dose pills. And that was Joey's idea. We were like, I don't know. We were just walking. I think we went into was it Rite Aid or Rite Aid on by Smith Projects over there.
Mm-hmm.
And we hop out and we jump in and he's like, yo, we should take these caffeine pills, because we were trying to do whatever the fuck it took, but use cocaine. Like we did not want to get high on our own supply.
Right.
And so we used to just buy no dose pills to like stay up, and sometimes it didn't work. Like we were like, I remember I knocked out, and because sometimes he would drive and he would sleep on the passenger seat, and then I would drive, he would sleep, and so we would just take turn back and forth. And I remember like passing out on the passenger seat and just waking up with cops like banging on our windows.
What?
And I forgot what street. I think we were on Delancey Street. And we caused so much traffic because he fell asleep on the wheel.
Oh shit! I was going to ask, like, what happens to your boy?
Is this with a loud, flashy car?
No, we were actually in a minivan. Okay. We were in like a Dodge Caravan that it's another story, but he was sitting in the red light and like fell asleep. And then like somebody called the cops on us, obviously, because we were there for like a minute and
blocking traffic.
Yeah, blocking traffic. And the cops woke us up, and like he was like, oh shit. And they smelled weed in the car. They took us out of the car. They searched the car. We literally had our stash was like the DW40 cans at the bottom, the bullshit stashes.
Yeah.
And like, that shit worked. We just had like a whole bunch of groceries on the back of the car, and like had like, and when the cops used to come sometimes, we used to just fucking fling it to the back and like, have it in a Coke can. It was crazy.
So man, what happened? Did they arrest you?
Nah, they would search the whole car and just and then just let it go and let us go.
Really?
Yeah.
They smell all the weed, so you sleep.
They didn't find anything. Yeah. But sometimes they would find something, and we would go to the bookings overnight. Like we got arrested a few times together, dumb shit like that.
Oh, where they put you to central booking? And
for weed, and they would never find a Coke. And like literally, they would take the car and put it, they put it in this garage. I forgot what, like every precinct has like a garage that
like an impound lot.
Yeah. And we would go back to the car and our Coke would be there.
Wow.
Like,
I'm surprised they didn't put the dogs.
Yeah, no, we never got the dogs on us. We never got the dogs.
They probably thought you guys were just a bunch of kids.
Yeah, just a bunch of kids smoking weed.
Yeah.
And just hanging out.
Well, at that point, how old were you?
In like 17, 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they didn't think like, oh, these guys are drug kingpins, like,
They knew that we were making money. They knew that we were selling Coke. I don't know, if cops were communicating with each other, but we had the 5th and the 7th precinct. And I remember the 5th precinct, like, there was detectives coming up to me on the corner and be like, yo, we know you making money out here. Get the fuck out of the block. I remember one guy, this guy was like Detective Vasquez or some shit. I don't know. And he comes up to me. It was like 5 a.m. and I'm sitting in the milk crate. I got like $4,000 in my pocket, and I'm like just counting my money in the stupa on 118 Eldridge. And he's like, yo, you made a lot of fucking money. I've been watching you all night. This is Detective Vasquez from the 5th precinct. You get the fuck out of here. If you hear the next hour, I'm gonna lock your ass up. And I'm like, good night. I'm like, I'm out. I'll be back in the next morning. Yeah.
And you went back the next morning?
I was there. I was always there.
But I would have been so paranoid after that.
Nah, I would not have the drugs on me. So I'll just like put the drugs. I thought like, when you're a kid, like you don't have the drugs on you. It's not yours, and whatever. I mean, they could have just recorded me, because it was just like a simple operation that was like being like, it was pretty obvious what I was doing.